What's up, guys? Good day. Ready to have a good. The editor in chief of Allure, Michelle, and I'm excited. We're going to have a good time today. Um, we're going to talk about some good stuff. Talk about a lot of. Let me see. Let's see if she's joined yet. Hey, I see my girl Lala's in the house. What's up, Lauren, from my team? Let's see where Michelle is. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna check requests. Okay. All right, let's see how we do this. How do we check the, every time I do this, I always, okay, let me look up Allure. Okay, I'm just waiting. I sent the request. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hi,
hey, hi.
how are you?
I'm
Hi,
doing really
Michelle.
well. How are you? I love the hair.
Hey, thank you. I've been hanging on
Gorgeous.
to this pink. It's been fun. I never thought I'd love colored hair as much as I do. It's been pretty cool.
It's funny because I was actually going to ask you that question that I feel like most people who I've been talking to fall into one or two camps, basically. One, I feel like in lockdown, people are going like really creative and experimenting a lot. And then the other, people are going super minimalist. Do you feel like you're in the first camp?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm probably more on the creative side just because it's like, what else do I do? I was pregnant in COVID. That was an experience within itself, but it also kind of like forced me to create more because the artist in me like desired something that was creative and like something that can kind of give me that fulfillment. Like we can't perform as much right now, and like I mean, we're just finding ways to make it happen. And I miss the stage. I'm like now I'm starting to really have that like okay, it's been good and long, but like let's get to it. Like that's the place that I'm in. But creatively, I just wanted to challenge myself. Like I want to make sure I'm staying active. Like I want to make sure I'm still like challenging my mind and just finding ways to still keep growing in the midst of it all, especially creatively. So yeah, I think I'd say I lean a little on the creative side. And then I also kind of figure out I feel like I've mastered my homemade or my home shoots as well. Like, it's been a fun experience, but I'll say I've really enjoyed it. Like in the craziness of it all, it's been all right.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's funny because I know you have three kids and one is a baby. I also have three kids and one is a baby. So mine just turned one, so mine's a little bit older than yours, but it's been interesting during lockdown because it's like, we're all home and it's like home has become my office, it's become school for the older two. I know you and Russell talk a lot about how you do certain things and you set certain rules, and like those are the ways that you guys stay really connected and like in sync with each other.
Yeah.
Because our home lives have become sort of everything now, are you finding that to be extra challenging at all? Are you loving it? Like, how are you dealing with all that?
Yeah, no, honestly, it's gonna be interesting when we go back to normal because I feel like I found my rhythm. I finally have my rhythm at home, and it is a blessing to be able to go and do work or and go to my office in our house and then be able like literally after my meeting be able to go and see my kids. And that's the part that I'm kind of getting spoiled with that. And also, of course, Russ and I were able to spend a lot more time than we normally would because he's also doing football meetings at home. So it's kind of like, okay, so what is going to be like when we go back to normal? Because I'm really going to miss this, right? But I do feel like we've been able to figure it out. It really is about, communication and organization. It's like, I call it organized chaos because there really are a lot of moving parts. And with our kids doing school and especially future, he's in first grade, it's still real serious and really
Mhm.
important that we keep them focused and like balance all of that. But I was joking the other day. While I was joking about the whole process. I'm like, I could be a teacher's assistant. Like, I'm good. Like, if a teacher needs me, call me. I got you. Like, I've gotten my rhythm with all of that. And it's been really fun, And the cool thing is, as you mentioned, I do have three kids, and Win is now 7 months, and I've been breastfeeding him. And honestly, it's just been convenient to be able to do it all in one spot, you
Yeah.
know. And so I feel like I've been able to find my silver lining in all of it, which I think that's kind of been the challenge for all of us. You know, we've all experienced COVID in one way or the other, and it's impacted us all. You know, no matter who you are, no matter what you have, it still is it's a real thing, and it's been a tough experience for the world, even for our team, just the whole thing. But I do feel like I just I've always been trying to find my way to focus on find the silver lining or linings, and to really embrace the good in it, because it's like the world's going to change, but I just refuse for the world to change me. I'm like, I'm going to change with it, but I'm not going to let this change me, this moment change me.
Yeah.
How can I find a way to come out of it like stronger and you know, better? And for us as a world, we also have experienced a crazy presidency, and now we have a new president in office, and we also have Kamala Harris, the first female vice president. So it's been a lot of like so much has happened, and my biggest focus has just been like, how do I like embrace the good, embrace the situation, even the not so pretty of it all, and appreciate the small things. Like now it's like going to eat at a restaurant is going to be like a luxury, like,
Yeah.
you know, freely and comfortably and not worrying like, if someone cough, uh-oh, what's that? Like, you know, not being in that place is going to be a good feeling, you know, or you're really going to appreciate the simple things like that.
Oh, completely, completely. So, in the midst of lockdown, you and Russell also launched a fragrance. So, I definitely want to
Yes.
talk about the fragrance because I'm sure all of your audience all knows about it already. But I think the bottle and like the concept is super cool. What was the inspiration for this? Like, was it a conversation that the two of you were having that you said, okay, let's do this together?
Yeah, well, we both have always loved each other when we smell. Well, a fan of each other's smell. You know, I've always loved smelling Russ. There's nothing better than when he walks in the room and he leaves that, you know, impression upon you, or that feeling where you still like, he's still with you when he's not in the room. I think that's the power of fragrance. And so we just got the cool opportunity to both to create our own fragrance and to do it together. And of course, another one of those moments in COVID that really allowed us to have some fun. Like we have our ritual, or like our tradition, where every Friday is our date night. So the rule is that we always commit to that date. And if I'm traveling across the world and he's doing football, and if we can't make it on Friday, as soon as I get back home, like we'll say, okay, we move that day to Tuesday or Wednesday. But the rule is we make it happen every week, once a week. And sometimes we're lucky enough we get to do 2 days. But that's our us time. But I say all that to say that it was really cool being able to create our own fragrance in the process. You know, our date nights,